Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's Flex Crazy Fun. I'm not doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, but what? Oh! Yeah, I like this spot because you can also hit that X Games sign if you're not feeling like doing the actual gap. So if you maybe recognize this spot, it's actually the mirror of Aeromix's most recent top 5 sub. The other rock on the other side, I found that if you hit it just right, then it will get you over there. I got a couple of like really bad looking rail disasters off that final box there. But aside from that, I couldn't really get a good looking clip like Aeromix did. So I decided to come over to the other side. And this side, I mean, he probably tried this as well in his, like, trying of things. But here's the twist. Damn it. I keep on doing that. I'm doing it snowboard. I've been trying a lot of different spots in... Jesus Christ, that was bad. I've been trying a lot of different spots in snowboard versus skiing just to kind of see... this is terrible so far. I'm not showing you showing you the benefit of the snowboard. The snowboard, you can buck off the hits easier sometimes if you know your line, but I'm not really good right now at this. I'm doing terrible. Let's change the time of day. Maybe that'll help. I want to change the ambiance too. I don't often do that on this stream. And I don't often play songs from my phone. Like, I usually play them from the better phone. I have two phones. I have this phone, my Samsung S7, and I have the Samsung S10e from work. But the work one isn't connected to my SoundCloud. Maybe I could look it up on, like, a browser. And I keep on going in Switch. That's one thing I know about snowboarding, is that when I took a few lessons snowboarding, they said, like, whichever foot you fall first on is your dominant foot, and that actually shouldn't be the one that's in front. Your dominant foot should be the one that's pushing, right? I mean, because that's how it works in skateboarding. My left foot would be forward, because that's regular. Dude, I'm bad at this. Nope. There we go. Stop it! I just want to be the other way, dog. Okay, just do it, like, totally counterintuitively. No! I might just... I was touting playing with the snowboard, so I'm gonna have to play with the snowboard a bit more. I'm already regretting this decision just because I'm, like, not able to get the stance that I want. I feel that, like I said, the snowboard is good at bucking off some things, but also I feel like some edges you want to be on your toe edge, and sometimes you want to be on your heel edge, and this is forcing me to be on my not my heel edge. I want to be on my heel edge. I feel like that would be a better way to go about this, but I have to do that. Okay, let's try it this way. And yeah. Oh, I got it. See? I just wanted to be on my heel edge. Flippin' snowboard, making me go toe edge every time. Yeah, I have to... And that's one of those things in Riders Republic. They had just have that switch button. I just want a button that will make me go switch, because I suck at reverts in this game. Oh, that's actually like, I've gotten it, but that's the cleanest I've ever gotten it. And with the 50-50, oh man, that is like a weight. That is a weight off me. I'm just gonna let this kind of go in slow-mo for a bit while I do, while I do other stuff. Ah, man. So yeah, this is the mirror of Aeromix's spot. I think over there in the corner of the screen, yeah, right there, you can see the big rock that Aeromix jumped off of to get to that last disaster. But here was the other side of it. It was really hard to get over to this box just using skis, because you needed the slimmer profile of the board. The board is almost necessary for this. I'll try it with the skis after this, right after this, because it is harder. And so right now we're listening to New Jabez. I'm gonna pause it for just a sec, just to see how my YouTube audio is. Yep, that sounds like I won't get copyrighted for that. That sounds like entertaining for both me and the listener while not being copyrightable. One more time. Literally, I was trying this for like an hour yesterday just to copy what Aeromix did, and then I said, fuck it, I'll go to this other side, and still couldn't do it. I got it like within 5 minutes today. So yeah, I actually got copyrighted twice so far in the past week. One on the super long stream that I did where I threw in some disco music, some licensing thing in Austria. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Is that just not even hard? I wasn't even paying attention, really. And it's because I was on the heel edge. I wanted to be on that heel edge. It was not working with the toe edge. I'm telling you. Wow. But yeah, some Austrian and German licensing company decided that my disco music was not fair use. I mean, technically it was not. I am using their music to hopefully get more people to actually maybe pay attention to this stream, because as of right now, it is mainly just me ranting. And sometimes about not the game. Sometimes about MasterChef. Check out my newest top 5 sub. That was bad. And then on that newest top 5 sub, I got a copyright on music that my boss pays for. It's music that we use for, like, all of our videos. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. And I was trying to lean tail slide. Or nose, no, it would be a nose press. Oh! Now nose press. Finally. And they don't look good. Yeah, I got copyrighted for music that me and my boss use as fair use on all of our, like, videos. Like that's what I'm supposed to use that. How do I prove? How else would I prove? In the description I cited them as the source. It's like Like, we do pay for it. We have a license to use that music. And it's just like, what? Oh, now I won't be able to find it. But there's like, I, I can use some very famous music in my videos if I want. Like, there's some scores that you hear every day that I can just use, but apparently some of them are, copyrighted somehow. I mean, I guess because I don't know. I posted it on my channel, my YouTube channel, right? So they would have no way to connect my YouTube channel to the owning of the license for this music. But how do they do that for my regular thing anyways? Like, we just own the license to this website in order to use all the music on their website, ostensibly. But like our YouTube page isn't at all connected to it. It's a completely different website. So I don't know how I would get copyrighted for that. Anybody not like soft carrots? I think it's weird when people don't like soft carrots. Maybe not weird, but I think it's interesting because carrots are like the quintessential vegetable to me. Actually, the most popular vegetable in America is corn. But people wouldn't, not a lot of people think of corn first. Corn is like one of those realizations like, oh yeah, corn! Corn is that vegetable that's used in everything. Like, I think carrot is so much more like, carrot is vegetable. Vegetable is carrot. Carrot is the most vegetable ever. Like, you thought tomatoes were vegetables for a long time, but they're not. They are fruits. Bell peppers, peppers in general, fruits. Strawberries, not berries. I also think raspberries aren't berries. Bananas are berries. I think that part of biology, or like the naming of things, they went so wrong. Someone decided what a berry was in probably the 1800s, and then like that somehow stayed without being disputed. Like, oh yeah, the stamina of the ovaries of the plant fall off, or don't, or are. It's like some stupid distinction. Like, oh my god, I did it, guys! I feel so powerful. Even though it looked like dog shit. And I peaked the microphone so hard. It probably sounded awful. Yeah, it looked bad. And I didn't do the switch. Building antenna issue and sprinkler leak. That has nothing to do with me. Work. I can't believe I got it. Actually, I totally can. Wait, why did I say that? I got it with the snowboard twice effortlessly. Man, I'm dumb. I can't even remember what I was talking about. And I went too high. No, land forward. Damn it, I wanted to be a weird little kooky 3 there, but it wasn't. Nope, didn't make it over. Oh, man. So, yesterday was a pretty clean break from those cluster headaches that I was having. But then all of a sudden at like 5 in the... Ooh! Never mind. All of a sudden... I went too hard with the spins there and ruined it. At 5 in the morning, I just get this awful headache that actually woke me up. Like, it's not like it was a sound outside or anything. Like, a headache forced me out of sleep. It was so strange. Oh, got it. Oh, man. I, the hubris there. I was, I was way too confident. Boy. I was about to go into something else. Yeah, my dad left out chicken, and I'm wondering, like, who's gonna be taking the helm on that? Because I might want to do some, like, jambalaya or something of that sort, but I don't know where he's going with it. And that's the whole thing. If he comes home from work before 5 o'clock, then we're gonna be having Arabic food fucking again. It's like, man, I get you were born in Lebanon, but why do we keep on eating this shit? I get that I'm half Lebanese, but come on! We keep on eating Arabic food. Oh, got it. 50-50. Beautiful. But usually if it's my choice, then it goes like stir fry. I usually go Asian food, but I think this time I would maybe want to go jumbo. I haven't made a good ass jambalaya in a while. And some chicken and some andouille sausage, and gives yourself some Zatarans from the store. Ooh, ooh, you got some college food for college food for days, boy. But you can elevate it too. Like if you kind of actually just throw in some like capers and some chopped up olives, you have some Spanish arroz con pollo. But that's also, you know, that's a move my dad would do. So maybe I might try and go outside of that. Gumbo. I'm not good at stews, and stews also take a while. Stir fries I like because my parents are always very like impressed with how many vegetables I put in there. Like if I'm doing a stir fry, I am going to the store and just like picking up every little bit and bob. I love getting all those snow peas, get a little bit of broccoli, get some red cabbage, just chop it up and throw it in there. Brussels sprouts. And you just like use one pack of ramen and one chicken breast, and it's basically the vegetables that are feeding people. It's great. It's so good for you. I love being fucking healthy. I say as I'm day drinking vodka. I'm planning on though just using my day off today as just day drink, get it out of your system, and then tonight take some kratom to go to bed, and then take some kratom in the morning, take some more kratom after that. So I have a friend who always, that looked so bad, plays Nujabes, and it's like his ace in the hole sort of thing. It's like, oh, no one's playing anything? I guess I'll play Nujabes. Oh, that was nice, but I didn't do the transfer again. I'm just playing it as like some backbeat to the nothing that is the stream. So at least you have some percussive notes in between when I'm not talking. But he plays it like religiously. And it's almost like I'm a music discoverer. I love getting in new music and also like hitting up old things that people don't remember anymore. Like Holes soundtrack, the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack, stupid soundtracks from when I was a kid. And that's the thing. Sometimes my music polls can be like really decent, like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I've always been good at music polls. I've been the DJ for a lot of groups of friends just because I've been a musician since I was like 5 years old. I started playing the guitar when I was 5 and stopped that shit at 7 because I realized the drums were cooler. Then I picked it up again at like 12 because girls like guitarists. I wrote some songs because I'm a musical genius. So I just run into the X. Oh, God. But I've always been dialed in with music picks, whether they be like funny things or like really dope things. And I would, but the thing is that this friend of mine who always plays Nujabes, he literally always plays Nujabes. I got the transfer that time, but the initial thing looked like Dookie. Um, he like he really, I mean, he also listens to Tool. I'll give him that. He listens to Tool, but also Tool like. Do they have a new album or anything? I don't think so. You're just listening to the same music over and over again. And Nujabes is good for this purpose, I'd say. And also for making an anime. God, wasn't Samurai Champloo so good? So for my birthday, my brother got me Final Fantasy 15, a game which I already have. I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to play like a maybe 2 or 3 hour run through at some point. Definitely won't stream it. I'm going to play the New Game Plus and just like at least play through it so I remember the story beats so I can like talk about it with my brother when he fucking. That's the thing. It's like, when will it ever come up? Probably in a phone call because he actually likes to call me. I hate being on the phone. It's like, unless I'm the one doing the calling, if I'm being called by someone, it's a pain in the ass. If I want to talk to, oh yeah, just stay in the nose grind. I wish that was more controllable. But sometimes you're just pressing the inputs and your character does another thing. I just wanted it to stay in a nose grind, man. Hopefully that'll be changed in Riders. It was in it. It was in it. It was in it perfectly. 50-50 to nose grind would have been such a sick trick. But it just decided to not be a nose grind anymore. God damn it. Am I gonna be like the night speeds of this of Riders now, or like of Steep and Riders? Because like I love watching night speeds when he plays Skate 3, but also he plays Skate 3 in the most boring way. Like, does that laser flip look good? No. Oh yeah, but I was talking about my brother got me Final Fantasy 15, right? And it's a game that I already have, but that's not the reason why I'm upset. Like, how could he have known? How could he have known that I already had that game? Maybe it's because I Snapchat him all the time about video games. Who knows? But he got me this game. I'm appreciative of him spending the $10 for the game that's 7 years old now, and also incomplete. Like, it's not a complete game. You thought you were supposed to have only 4 party members? Fuck that. No, it's Final Fantasy. You were supposed to have like 6 party members to choose from, and they just stopped making the game and decided, hey, this is a good time to release this game. So that's one reason why it's a bad gift. The other reason why it's a bad gift is because it's not fun. The gameplay of it is not like even the hack and slash of any other game that's like, oh, triangle is your heavy attack and square is your light attack. This is like, you hold circle and your character starts attacking, and that's it. Your character will just auto attack. And all of your side characters, they auto-attack just like Donald and Goofy. It's so bad. It's a terrible game. I spent so much time just driving around my car because you can figure out a way to gain XP and ability power also through just driving your car. So you just set your car to drive like a half an hour while you do other shit. It's like, oh, I'm making lunch. I'm just going to have my car drive. It's ridiculous. So, how Nujabes ties into this. Nujabes makes the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo. My brother also loves Samurai Champloo. I'm going to get my brother a replica sword. I'm going to go on Etsy to find the best fucking replica sword of Mugen's, his katana with the crazy looking guard on it. I think it's called the Typhoon something. I'm going to get that $80 sword so he can understand the level at which gifts are given. I'm giving you something that I know you like. I know you like this anime. And I know no one will ever, and you even yourself won't ever think of giving this gift to yourself. Like, yeah, everyone thinks of buying a video game for themselves. I just bought Riders Republic because that's the thing I wanted to do. I didn't wait around for someone to give it to me. I bought it. You buy things that you want. You give things that people don't expect. Like the sword that Mugen uses in Samurai Champloo. Not a $7 video game that I can... I mean, it's probably more than that, somehow. It's a dog shit game. And I love... Me and my brother have... That's the thing, is like me and my brother have played 10 together. That's it. That was a nice one. Final Fantasy X, that's it. It's like 10 and 10-2 I played with my brother. And even at the time we thought 10-2 was dumb. And then, like, I don't know, he's that millennial kind of thing where it's like nostalgia keeps growing into the personality that is what he is now. It's like, nostalgically, he likes Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. So he's going to love Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, even though they're both really bad. And the problem with me, not being a Zoomer or a Millennial, being that wonderful Zillennial that I am, born in 1996, I'm just black-pilled and want to die and hate everything. Except for Steep. And Skate. And that's another thing that people don't realize, is that when I say I play video games, it's like I play this. I play this game. I play this video game. This is the only video game that doesn't drive me up a fucking wall. And also, okay, a totally different tangent. Witcher 3. I don't get what's up with that. I played 15, 20 minutes of it, and I got to the part where the guy explains Gwent. I overshot it. Jesus. got to the part where the guy explains Gwent to you, and Gwent is even lamer than it sounds. Gwent is like not a very well constructed game. I mean, maybe like the first example that you play of Gwent is probably the worst. The player that you're playing against is supposed to be like your teacher, but he's also like obviously really bad at it because the game wants you to win one and not feel completely discouraged by the fact that the game isn't good. But also, outside of that, I haven't played much of Witcher that I felt was very compelling in its own right. I do think that the low fantasy vibe of having Witchers use signs and not spells is so smart. I think that's a beautiful power system. Having just like powers that aid you in fighting instead of powers that you mainly fight with, that's sick. That's awesome. But from what I've seen of my friends playing the game, they all just use Quen. They all just use the defense one, and they just use that as like that. Oh, that's how I stay invisible and fight this boss. And it's half the time it's a boss that's like leveled above what they are, and they're just like, oh yeah, I was doing. My friend did a boss fight for literally an hour and a half. I was sitting there watching anime while he was playing The Witcher 3, and he played this same rock monster for an hour and a half. And then after he was done, he was like, yeah, that guy was leveled way above me. I probably shouldn't have even tried to do that boss, but I wanted a thing. I'm like, well, stop then! Yeah, man. Video games drive people nuts. And I just wanna be chill. And I experienced not that. I experienced the opposite of that when I was a kid. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I would wake up to, I was the worst kid. I was the worst one to have. So I would wake up at like 6 a.m. and I would start like, literally no joke, for at least a month, wake up and play the drums at 6 a.m. Somehow, no one complained about it to my face. My mother, father, and brother. My brother was only 3 years older than me. He was 11 years old, having to hear my ass play the drums at 6 in the morning. I don't know what possessed me to do that. To this day, I don't know what possessed me to do that and annoy everyone in my house. I had a dog. I had a beautiful dog, Rascal, and a cat named Nikki. They are both deceased at this point. I love them both. But I was annoying them at 6 a.m. every day, playing the drums, and then I would stop at 7. My school started at 9. It was an elementary school, so yeah, I start like super late. I wish fucking high school started at 9. But if high school started at 9, I would have joined an actual club instead of like joining clubs that meant I had to do nothing, you know? I would have joined a club that would have gotten me there at 8 o'clock, joined for an hour, and then you go to school. High schools are run wrong in this country. Teachers aren't paid enough, but they're the coolest people in the world. Obviously, I was friends with a lot of teachers. For a while, teachers were my best friends. I hung out at lunch with the librarian. I also, to be fair, me and the librarian, she would hang out at the local coffee shop where high schoolers went to smoke cigarettes. And that's where I went to smoke cigarettes. Uh, I don't even know what I might have to run the tape back to just figure out what the fuck I was talking about. Maybe something about giving presents? Because I'm dope at that? And yeah, actually, speaking of my beautiful deceased dog and cat, I got, as a present for my parents, uh, ooh, this amazing, crystal slab. I call it my slab. And it's the best thing that I've ever spent $350 on. It's a crystal slab, and in it is like an etching, like one of those weird etching things. It's an etching of my 4 animals: my old dog Rascal, old cat Nicky, who was named after Nick Carter. Then those are the top 2 quadrants of my slab, and then the bottom 2 quadrants of the slab are my current dog and cat, Cece and Cash. Cece is a Russian blue, and me and my friends were trying to come up with the funniest name possible, and we just couldn't get anything. Ooh! Cork 4. I'm going to say it's a 4 because that's what it is. I'm going sideways. I'm sideways and then straight. She was named Cece just because my dad kept on calling her Cece. And me and my friends were trying to come up with something funny. Because my friend's cat was named Wizard. And I wanted a funny cat name like Wizard. Like, hey Wizard, come here. But I couldn't copy Wizard because that was already a cat's name. Wizard was a dope cat. I wonder if Wizard's still alive. But Cece's also like a really dope cat. She started out her life very much as a kitten. Just one of those like very lovable little entities. Always crawling up on stuff. And then immediately went to being a teenager. She was like a dick. She was a dick for 2 or 3 years. But now she's just like the most loving cat in the world. I don't know what happened. She just like realized that she loves us. And people will even joke about it, like, oh, that cat doesn't want anything to do with us. She just wants her food. But I will... So the cat resides in the basement, and her room shares the room with the basement freezer. And I put stuff in there, like my water bottle, I'll put it in the freezer, ice cream, shit like that, snacks. And periodically throughout the night, I'll go into her room, and she's just chilling on top of the freezer. Because that's her little bed space. She likes to chill up there. And she just loves getting the pets. She loves getting the pets. She's all about it. Like my dog, if I bother him while he's sleeping, he'll move to a different room. He's not having it. Ooh! But my cat, if you just wake her up, she'll be like, oh, it's petting time. She's so lovable. Oh, I feel bad for you, Jeff. Ah, dude. Feel bad for you, Jeff. And I thought Kathy was retired, dude. This is what I'm saying. No one in Utah actually retires. I don't know how. They all give their goodbye speeches, and then be like, oh, I'm still wrapping things up for the next 3 months. And it's like, oh, we won't be seeing David for a while. He's on paternity leave for 10 days. Calm down, Utah. Just stop. Just please. Wow, I got big off that. Ugh. Why am I even saying ugh? I don't even know what I'm ughing about. Yeah, so just to clarify on why I'm saying poor Jeff is, so like 6 months ago I was contacted about making just a simple compilation video of artwork that students had made during the pandemic. I made the compilation, sent it out, and kept on getting notes. I sent out like 8 different versions of this single thing, and it just kept on getting postponed. Like, when is this thing getting debuted? When is this stupid video actually gonna happen, and I can stop thinking about it? And it's like, it still hasn't happened. It won't happen until like September. Like, Writers Republic will come out before I get to debut this stupid video that I've been editing. And yeah, I submitted like a final draft of the video, and she's like, this is perfect! Now, if we can just get this thing from the distributor, if we can get a presentation slide to put at the beginning of the video will be perfect. And it's like, what? The video is perfect! I spent so much time on this stupid video, making it, changing it over and over and over again. And also, the music isn't good. Like, this guy Jeff was hired on to write the music. I hate it. I love Jeff. Hate the music. I wish I could have picked my own music because, like I was saying before, me and my boss pay out of our budget for the music that we... Wow! Overshot it completely. Me and my boss pay for the music already out of our budget, so why do we get this other guy, Jeff, to do something that's not his job? Because, like, Jeff does compose music as, like, a side hustle, but that's not Jeff's main job within the thing, I don't think. I think Jeff has a different role. And he just, like, does the composing thing as a side hustle. So incorporating him in this... Oh, please. You know what? I didn't do a double. I didn't do a dub nose anyways. I didn't do a dub nose anyways, guys. I don't mind. The trick was wrong. And that's just a bow and arrow. See, I'm good. Just water off a duck's dick. Fuck. And so the lady who we're doing the videos for, both Jeff and I, Jeff's doing the music, I'm doing the video editing, and this lady is like, oh, this final draft is great, except for it doesn't have this slide provided by the... And it's not provided yet. So we're trying to get this single PowerPoint file from someone's computer over to my computer, just so I can put that PowerPoint slide as a JPEG in the beginning of this stupid video, so this can be over for me. I just want this to be over for me. And she's like, we'll be contacting the museum shortly in order to get this slide from them. And it's been 2 months, and that hasn't happened. So I contacted her last night saying, hey, I know it's been a while. I've been undertaking some other projects, doing some stuff. When is the exact date for this premiere? And when are we going to get the slides for it? And she's like, the premiere has been set for a Wednesday evening in September. Can you believe that? A Wednesday evening. I'm just asking for a specific day for when this is going to be launched. When this whole event, there's supposed to be an entire event, so like a gala where people get catered food. Catered food? It'll take like a month to prepare at least. Why isn't there a day set? And it's like, we can meet and talk about it. We don't need to talk about anything. We need you to talk to the museum people so they can send me a slide for videos that I already created. And so she says, can we just meet on Tuesday to talk about it? I'm completely complacent with that. That works for me. See you Tuesday. And then she writes back. Like not even an hour after I send my email saying, yep, that works for me. I'll see you Tuesday. And Jeff has, I started out just talking to her, like, hi, Christelle, what about that slide? And then she CC's Jeff, and then assigns this meeting out of nowhere. And I say yes, and then she's just like, Jeff, are you there? Do you know the plan, Jeff? Jeff doesn't need to know anything, man. Jeff didn't know what he was signing up for. Jeff just sent you, like, music to send to me that I put on a video in my software. I don't need to be there for the premiere. And I just got another email now. She has created an official meeting at 10 a.m. during my other meeting. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm so upset at this email that I just got. And it's like, there's no comments on it either. It's just like, now there is a meeting at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. There's always a meeting at 10 a.m. on Tuesday because that's my morning meeting. You know what, just listen to New Jabez while I go smoke weed. Okie dokie. I'm back. Started thinking about One Piece. And the newest development is that Kanjuro is a fuck. Which is the most obvious one to be so. Like, aside from Raizo, maybe? Raizo also doesn't have much of a backstory. But Kanjuro was just kind of like glazed over. Like, oh, we found Kanjuro. Kinemon just found Kanjuro all of a sudden. And Kanjuro also has this extremely overpowered devil fruit that he's never practiced. Like, he has the draw fruit. He can draw anything he wants into existence using a giant paintbrush or even his own hair. He can use his hair to generate ink and then draw a giant cloud of arrows, like raining down like arrows with his head. Like, yeah, of course he's gonna develop OP powers like that. Because he has the draw fruit, which is an extremely overpowered thing. Like in Black Clover, one of the most powerful people is Pell. No. No. Is it? Oh my god. This is the problem with Black Clover, is it has a break like every year. Just so the manga can catch up. Because it's an actually decent anime that... Go! Right. No. Sorry. I just get angry when my stupid snowboarder doesn't go the right way. And that was perfect, except for the tree. So, the drawing guy in Black Clover is insanely OP. Oh my goodness. And obviously, like, anyone with a drawing power would practice drawing. So, like, Kanjuro's, like, whole spiel about, oh wow, he was actually good at drawing the whole time. It's like, yeah, probably. I don't know. And I'm not the only one who's upset with the whole thing. And I'm not the only one confused by the whole thing. I think we were all confused because Kinemon was never in a position to do anything useful or cool, so he never showed that he was actually useful and cool. Like, in the flashbacks, he was more useful and cool than... And in the flashbacks, he was supposed to be a derelict. He was a derelict turned vassal. Got it! Eat my shit, Aeromix. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I love you, Aeromix. Oh. Nice. That was clean, too. Nice. And I didn't get and I didn't get the boxes after at all. Ah, jeez. And the fact that in the most recent episode, Sanji went against Kanjuro, and didn't win. He didn't just one-shot Kanjuro. That actually kind of pisses me off. That actually really pissed me off. That, like, after 2017, 2018, I mean, I forget which one was supposed to be the year of Sanji. But they were all the years of Sanji, because Whole Cake Island lasted forever. And Sanji beat Jack. That's the thing! Sanji single-handedly beat Jack, and some other people throughout the... But Kanjuro is apparently better than that. Where did that come from? Like, Sanji isn't even using any specials against Kanjuro. He's just using regular kicks. Like, use a Diable Jam. Use something. Save Momonosuke. I don't get it. Like, how Sanji can be just rendered useless, even though he's the most useful person against a flying opponent. Because he has Skywalk. It's a little attribution to, like, how OP characters have gotten in the series is Skywalk, and how people without Devil Fruits can fly. People like Sanji are powerful enough to just fly a bit. I reached it without trying that hard. That was terrible. And it looked bad, but I did it. But Sanji is like a testament to, like, given nothing, you can still be extremely powerful. Zoro has his cursed swords, which take some inherent will to be able to wield. It takes some... And speaking of swords as gifts, why haven't I gotten a replica of Shusui? Someone should have gotten me Shusui already. Goddamn family. Not getting me Shusui. Not getting me replica swords. I wouldn't want Enma, actually. Enma is purple. I love purple, but... I want Shusui. And Luffy is also, like... So, I think that's a definite thing in One Piece, is the earned strength. Like, the Gomu Gomu no Mi is not an inherently very good power. Unlike Naruto, Naruto just is powerful already. Naruto is already the most overpowered being in the series, and people just see him as an underdog because he's a little bit of a vagabond. But really, Naruto the whole time was extremely overpowered. Luffy had to learn how the Gomu Gomu no Mi worked and use that, like, as, like, you know, he used leveling up as, like, a way to just enhance his battle power, and to a certain extent that is true of Naruto. I think one of my favorite seasons of Shippuden is like season 4, when Naruto is learning how to add the wind chakra type to his Rasengan. That's like a really interesting part of the story, and it also coincides with Ooh! Beauty. Just do the tame dog. Just do the tame dog. Just do the tame dog to end off the clip, maybe. Fuck you. Nice. But at least Luffy and Zoro have something to go back on, right? Luffy and Zoro also have something they need, right? Like, Luffy needs to be saved from the fear of drowning. Sometimes Luffy is placed in situations, obviously as a pirate, that are on water. So if Luffy I mean, although he can also fly at this point. If he goes in the water, he needs rescuing. Zoro, if he doesn't have his swords, he needs to find his swords. He needs someone to go find his swords for him. Sanji is your Swiss Army knife because Sanji doesn't need anything. Sanji can fucking fly, which Zoro cannot. I mean, I am a Zoro fanboy. Ooh. But Zoro can't fucking fly. Sanji can fly. And also doesn't need anything to be powerful. He just has his legs, which are very powerful. So I just really don't understand why Sanji wasn't able to shithouse Kanjuro. Just like absolutely one-shot Kanjuro. Because, I mean, it must have been a longer battle to defeat Jack. And that other, like, there was another guy, I can't remember his name. There was another, like, head guy of the Kaido's army who was just shithoused by Sanji. And it was off-screened. It was off-screened because it was... Oh, I'm getting good shit off this now. It was off-screen because it was so easily implied that Sanji would wreck this guy. Oh wait, no, maybe that was a thing that was off-screened in the manga, but actually on-screen they did do some sort of action sequence for that fight in the anime. And honestly, like, so, and that's another thing. Sanji's battle suit. Yeah, I think that whole fight, the fight in the anime showcased Sanji using his battle. I'm remembering now. That's why my voice inflection is going up. In the anime, it showed Sanji using his battle suit, which was not in the manga. So, in the manga, it still rings true that Sanji is the Swiss Army knife who does not need anything to be better. But in the anime, they were just so horny to show off, like, ooh, Sanji has a power-up. But I think Oda even kind of was disingenuous to himself when giving Sanji this battle suit. This raid suit just isn't what Sanji needs. Sanji can already fly on his own. He can already... he would have beaten his dad had his dad not used those soldiers to step in the way. Like, Sanji is already more powerful than what the raid suits were giving his brothers. And so, giving Sanji the raid suit is kind of disingenuous. It's a fun power-up, but it's like, that's not what Sanji was about. Sanji ground his teeth on the idea that his master Zeph didn't eat and did not even tell him about it. That's the whole thing, is that it's this silent but humble, like, but always, he was born nobility. Oh, that's such a good... Sanji was born into nobility, but he found, in the most humblest of places, a cause more noble than he had ever encountered before. Like, that's really what Sanji is. He found that life, the purity and simplicity of food, and the giving of nature, the giving of this world, just what this world gives you, and resting on that, and treating that as your laurels. You hone that. You hone that craft of using the world. And Sanji is a Swiss Army knife. He shouldn't need a raid suit. Oh, and it was kind of ruined by that. And also, like, back to the OG of this is like Sanji should be able to shithouse Kanjuro. And if Sanji isn't able to shithouse Kanjuro, then yeah, maybe Sanji uses the raid suit. But he didn't. And Momonosuke can turn into a dragon and fly away. That's something I was thinking about the entire time. Like, we have gotten a slurry of really good episodes recently. And this last one was just so upsetting because, one, Sanji should be able to easily save Momonosuke. And two, Momonosuke should be able to save himself because Momonosuke it has a dragon Zoan fruit and should be able to just puff away in his little clouds. And Kanjuro was obviously like OP the whole time. Anyone with a drawing, you draw something and it turns into his. Oh yeah, that's another. I started talking about Black Clover and how that's treating the source material very well. It's treating the source material well because it's giving it time to breathe. You know, the episodes need to come out, but also the chapters need to come out. And having a 2-month break every year is allowing time for those chapters to be written. It's allowing time for the episodes to be drawn. And it's not like One Piece, where One Piece has turned filler into what you watch every time you tune in. What you watch every time you tune in is like 13 to 15 minutes of show and 5 to 7 minutes of like filler in the form of like reaction shots. Like there'll be a bunch of reaction shots that, you know, when you read them in the manga, they don't take any time, but in anime, they can take anywhere from, you know, 10 to 50 seconds. And oftentimes One Piece will opt for the 50-second option. So you're just sitting there watching all the characters' different reactions to what's going on when you could be enticing yourself in more content like the manga readers do. In Black Clover, they kind of eliminate that by just giving the artists time to draw. And it sucks, because we have been on a Black Clover break for almost 3 months now. And just so you know, like, Black Clover's good. Like, if you come at me with a fairy tale, I'm like, no. Just understand that. Just they are fairy tale people and Black Clover people are different, actually. That's a surprising thing, you know. Before I was into Black Clover, I just thought, you know, it's just an annoying thing for kids. Black Clover, and also Fairy Tail to a certain extent. Once you get a certain point in Fairy Tail, I hear it does get pretty dark and pretty real. But Black Clover is also that from the start, and it's actually the fact that it comes after the big three is so it's to its benefit. Like, you don't want a Naruto Sasuke relationship because Sasuke is a dumb bitch. So you have someone like that in Yuno. Yuno versus Asta. Yuno is like the Sasuke, but Yuno from the beginning says that he also wants to be the Wizard King. And Yuno is like competent, but and also a rival to Asta, and acknowledges that the entire time. Unlike Sasuke, who's just a dumb edgelord whiny bitch. And a copy of Kurapika. I haven't been following the Hunter x Hunter manga. And Asta as a character makes a lot of sense because he has Naruto's energy and Naruto's drive, but he's kind of inherently OP like Naruto, but in an entirely different way. And I like how it's not fixed by some otherworldly thing. Like in My Hero Academia, the problem always comes up that Midoriya is... At first it comes up he's bad at agility. So he figures out shoot style. And shoot style is great. Uses his legs. It is cool for like good animations of fights. That's great. Midoriya's shoot style is great. And then Midoriya learns the flicking thing where he gets like a ranged attack. I'm like, boo. The whole thing about Asta is that his shit isn't ranged, and he needs to find a way to get within that range. That isn't sacrificed. That limitation is what makes it great. To read at least, or to watch. I mean, it would be very convenient if every overpowered character using punching could just automatically get a buff in ranged attack. And we're not talking about One Punch Man. One Punch Man, his power is not that he one punches everything, his power is plot armor, and I love him for that. His power is that he's the most powerful person. Meta-wise. You can't beat him for that reason. You can't beat him for the reason that you can't beat him. It's because it's written as a story. But we can still talk about power scaling and other things when I say that Midoriya should have to close those gaps using his brain, using shoot style, using things that he develops himself, instead of all of a sudden he has this flicking ranged attack. Oh, now instead, if he wants to not kill his opponent and just subdue them, he has this black whip attack. And also he has a buff against anyone who uses anything because he's also part of the one for all thing. Like, Shinso's brainwashing should have worked, but it didn't because there's other people in there. Maybe. But now he gets, like, so One for All isn't exactly a quirk. It's like a background buff. It's like One for All is the thing that's actually the buff, and your quirk hasn't been decided yet. So that's the thing. Midoriya's quirk hasn't been decided yet. Midoriya's quirk isn't One for All, because we've seen that other guy, the sixth or the fifth. He is the one who had the Black Whip quirk. His quirk was Black Whip, which was buffed by One for All. Because he had all those people in him before him, he was able to use this, like, aura manifestation into what is Black Whip. That was already his innate quirk that wasn't activated by whatever activates quirks. But it was highlighted by this buff. Which, for this guy, if he's the sixth, I guess it's his new game plus. Yeah. He's playing new game plus. Ultra. And that's it for the stream.